Good morning. Honey and I cowboy camped here on the beach last night. The campfire was just so comfortable, couldn't say no, and it was really cool. Under the stars, no tent, no sleeping bag, just a freaking Mexican old blanket. It was lovely. All right, crew's here, they're awakened, they're fed, and we've heard tell of the Olympics qualification round for surfing is happening here in Tofino this weekend. And it's not quite the weekend yet, and we're not gonna be here for the weekend, but people are still here and they're down at Wick Beach getting their surf on. So we wanna see some very talented surfers do their thing. So, Honey and I decided we would come down and see Ucluelet. What do you think of it, Honey? What do you think? Pretty good? Yeah, it's alright. And it's a bit of like the blue-collar sister town to Tofino. Tofino's all tourism. Here, it's, you know, real people living real lives on the edge of Canada. It's kind of cool.
At 45 cents.
Hello.
No.
End of the trip.
I know the trip.
Ready to drive all the way back to Edmonton?
All the way back to Edmonton for Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yeah. Pretty relaxing for an adventure.
Yeah, it's really relaxing.
Yeah.
No, that's not fast paced or anything. Just
It's the West Coast. Nothing's on the fast pace.
take your time, enjoy the food, enjoy the scenery. Yeah. And unbelievably friendly people out here.
Yeah.
Really, that's pretty good. I like that. But then you're gonna hit some bad parts here too.
Yeah, what's that?
The ghetto.
It's where all the Alberta plates are. You gotta watch out.
Alberta plates. I'm the only Alberta plates here. I haven't. Did you see any? I didn't see any.
I saw a few.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the middle of a laptop-free week because the Lenovo finally fried. I've done every repair I could on her, but she's dead. Share a few of the stories of this laptop. She's had a quart of oil in her backside in the Moto Maritime trip. Champ chewed off this power terminal about a dozen times, so that's my like 6th coating of epoxy. This case, it's a complete motherboard failure. So I tried, there's a hot gun method to fix it. Tried that, didn't do the trick. So I ordered the new one, it's coming in the mail. Oh yeah, one of my favorite ones I did on the video, I had to put these screws through because this little bezel around the screen is so flimsy, it doesn't hold it, and just started falling apart. And in order to keep the screen attached to the computer, I had to put a couple screws in there and then grind them off with an angle grinder, because that's what you do. So while I've been waiting this week for the new laptop to come in, I've been doing some work on the island, but I'm out here on the boat today, so I'm going to record an episode because I've been getting a lot of sponsored materials been arriving all this week while I haven't been recording videos. So today I got a pick of a litter. We've got quite a few things to try out, and I've been testing all of them. This one I haven't tested at all. I'm just going to open it and do it with you guys. Oki has sent me another product. This time they reached out, they said, hey, we got this new battery bank, we want you to try it out. I also had to buy, and the reason I bring this up is because my phone is messed up. Okay, so this is my phone. You can see it's pretty smashed up. It's currently about hot enough to fry an egg on. It's pretty much always that hot now. The battery lasts about 15 minutes. So in order for me to leave home, I need a battery pack in order for me to actually stay connected with this device. Now, the workaround lately has been I live on an island and I'm not connected to anybody anytime, and if you want to reach me, you got to make some smoke signals or something like that. There's no internet on my boat. There's no signal in this bay anyways. So why do I even have a cell phone? This thing is being replaced this weekend when Melly gets here. She's picked up my new phone for me, so real sweetheart. We'll be able to do live streaming session on that coming this Sunday for my patrons. So don't worry, the camera quality will improve and I won't just get cut off randomly in the middle of a live stream. All right, so Oki sent its battery pack. Let's look at it. So this is a pretty sizable freaking pack. I've got gigantic hands, by the way, but this thing, it probably says the weight on the box, but open this up. Look at the size of this. So this is a Samsung S6 Edge, and you can just see just how big that is. So I already covered it in dust. Nice. Now if you see the back, if you blow the dust off of it, 20,000 milliamp hours, or 74 watt hours of storage. That's not bad. That is pretty sizable, but here's the problem. It's also pretty sizable. Now, we've gone over this many times in the past. I am 6.5 feet tall, currently slouching so I can get into the camera shot. So I have 6 foot tall guy pants. And that's not everyone, definitely. But yeah, it can barely fit in a pocket. But you're gonna look weird as hell walking around. And I guarantee that if you're sitting down, it's gonna cut off circulation to your femoral artery. So what is this really for then? Well, I'm gonna call it, this is a backpack battery pack. Yes, you could fit in your pocket, but you're not gonna keep it in there very long. This thing will live in your backpack. So it's like a portable power station for all your small USB powered devices while you're on the road. So I'm gonna stash this thing in my backpack and I'll let you know what I think. I found with Oki so far that every product they've sent out has performed really well. Those wireless earbuds, do you guys remember those? I had some issues with that one recently, but I've put them through the ringer like pretty hard. So I don't really hold that one. They're still working. There's just one that's like crisping up a little bit. The other wired ones, I've had those for 3 years and they're still kicking strong, and they're like, there's missing chunks out of those ones. So yeah, I think that the build quality is gonna be fine, and I definitely need it just to run my stupid cell phone for the rest of this week. Let's get to work. All right, well, we were just starting the day. Look who fell in the water. You had your first fall in. And turns out you know how to swim, which is good. And your ears are still perky because you're alive and happy, huh? You okay? A little upset. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Don't worry. There was gravity. It was always keeping you down. Really oppressing you. You gotta stay outside and warm up. Okay, get in the sun. Come on, get in the sun. Good girl. Just don't shake yourself off the boat, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it would happen.
Don't you tell me nothing but the truth. Oh, my brother, don't treat me like a fool. Don't you tell me everything is fine. I won't bother. It's yourself you're trying to hide. Summer sun for winter's cold. We were younger then, but older when we'd gone. What I learned from miles of rock and stone. Please just love yourself and brother, let it go.
Cedar countertop. Learned a few lessons over on the other side, and it's come along a little bit better here. I didn't bother to put the biscuits in this one because it is sandwiched onto or epoxied and screwed down to a piece of plywood. The plywood can kind of hold it in shape. What I'm doing now is planing off the top ends, then smoothing it out with some rough sanding, and then we're going to use some epoxy to fill in all the voids, and we'll leave it for the night after that. So a little bit more sanding and a little bit of epoxy. Alright, I am exceptionally sore, but Look at that. I might have a counter finally. I got held up by this section here at the end. I had redone it, and I redid this and redid that, and I just never got it like level and flat again. And I didn't want to build something that just drive me crazy for years after this. So I don't know. It's just one of these stupid little mental blocks. So I just never got around to it. So now I've done it properly. It's all leveled out. Oh. I'm exhausted though. But not so exhausted I'm not going to share some good news with you. And that good news is I finally have a new head. Oh god. Oh god, a functioning place to poop. I know, I'm so excited. Okay, it's not like a brand new head. And in fact, this toilet seat is... Anyway, it didn't come with it. This is your standard... And this one's a Johnson pump. So this one's actually not the one you see in most of the time you see in Jabsco pumps. In most marine heads, they're a little strange, toilets and boats, but they usually come with this pump on the side. It's just a piston pump with 2 valves and then a selector here to choose whether you're emptying the toilet or you're filling it from the top with salt water. I've had a head this whole time, but it's just small and weird to sit on, and it had to be propped up on these like stilts, and it's just awkward. And not to mention, you know, it would just sporadically stop working. And I think some of the valves were bad inside of it, and they don't sell them anymore because it's from Britain in the 1950s. So I'm going to tear it out and put this one in, which is a very standard issue, but it'll do the job. All right, there we go. In the place of authority. There we go. This room back here is just a disaster. Been storing like loose lumber and bits and pieces down here for a long time. I really think that a good cleaning out and some paint all over would do this place a great bit of justice. But for tonight, I'll settle for just a nice flushing head. All right. I'll pick this up tomorrow morning. We got some rain, and I'm just gonna have a nice night.